Yo guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is rock guitar major versus minor pentatonics. What are we talking about today? There are certain situations in your rock guitar life where you can decide to use either one or the other. That will be the major pentatonics and the minor. And you can already hear both works. How can this be? When should I do what? And we're going to check out this on a really simple level. Gives even the starters among you some new possibilities to sound different. A very easy way. So let's get started. Yo, we are using here a really simple example. I'm going to show you the backing track quickly. D, G, or D, G. However, that's the backing track with only two chords. I already said when you have such a kind of a tune, there are many of tunes out there which are like this, or combinations of this. So what shall you select on the lead guitar? In fact, in this constellation, there are two. You can use either the one or the other scale. So let's first check out the possibilities. We have the major pentatonic. We have the most of you know the minor pentatonic. So this tune here is in D. So you can use the D minor pentatonics here. That will be that one here. How do we get the major pentatonics? It's really simple. Move the whole shape down 3 frets, and instead of starting here, you start here. So the root note is not here anymore, it's here. That makes quite a difference. It sounds different. It's very interesting. You're just playing exactly the same shape, starting from a different root note, and then it sounds completely different. So these are the two possibilities. So when do you use the one or the other? The main thing you need to know is when you use the minor pentatonics, you're gonna sound bluesy. I'll show you. And when you use the major pentatonics, you're gonna sound, well, major. And so on. So now we're going to figure out what we can do now. When you play the minor pentatonics, you probably already know it. It's really simple. One major thing you need to know is just start from root, go to root. So you need to know the root notes, which will be this one here, and this one here. So root, root, root. When you start here using the root, you have root here, root, root, root. Now let's gonna play one lick, which is really simple. A really regular lick you probably already know. When you play it in the major pentatonic, starts in the 7th fret. And then you can play exactly the same lick in the minor pentatonics. Sounds completely different, and that's so cool because you can switch between the moods. You know, I'll show you. Now we go to minor. It's really cool. Exactly the same lick, gives a complete different vibe. Or if you could, let's take this lick here. Something like this, and so we started on the bending. Let's do this. Same here in minor. Sounds quite different, even it's exactly the same lick. And that already shows you some really cool stuff you can do by using either one or the other. If you want to sound bluesy, then you go to the minor pentatonics. If you want to sound, I don't know, straight ahead, you do the major pentatonics, or you're melodic, you do major pentatonics. Or what you can also do, you play something melodic and then give it an extra pep with the minor pentatonics. There's just one thing when you're using the major pentatonics. On the minor pentatonics, you cannot do really much wrong. Sounds mostly okay. Just like one note sometimes sounds a little bit cheesy, but you will figure out. On the major pentatonics, you have more possibilities to sound cheesy. So when you have resting notes, you probably choose notes. Yo, Dr. Pink had a cough, was out of tune. I quickly needed to tune Dr. Pink. As I said, when you're using major pentatonics, you check out the chords. D to G. Or when you're in position, this will be the G at the D, and the G will be this one here. So when you play resting notes or long notes, you better be one of the notes of the chord which you're just playing, otherwise it's gonna sound quite cheesy. As an example, let's do a little lick here in major. So I'm gonna play right notes. So let's do this one here. Works. Why is this bending here so important? It's this note here, and it's part of the chord. So resting notes have to be on the core note when you play major pentatonics, otherwise you're going to sound a bit cheesy. I'll give you an example. When I'm going to play cheesy, see, in fact, you can play wrong notes if you play the wrong notes on the chords, if you just as resting notes. On the minor pentatonics, that's not such a big problem, but also, of course, if you follow the rule as well, on the D you can not do much, but on the G, so here you have any note which is in the minor pentatonic, so these would work, and so you can do a lick like. So on the D we're gonna go here for the bending here for this note, and for the G we go for the bending here of this note, and then we have it quite cool. Yeah. So now comes the big trick, and then we already finished this major pentatonic versus minor pentatonics. The really cool thing is when you can switch between the vibes and give it an extra punch. Okay, so you start with something melodic here in major pentatonic, and then to give it an extra oomph, you go to minor pentatonics. I'll show you. Yeah, I will switch now between the major and minor pentatonics, and you saw the effect. It's really cool that you're playing basically the same licks, the same shapes, and it works. It's really cool. You guys, that was rock guitar, major versus minor pentatonics. I hope you enjoyed it and see the really cool thing when you switch between those two scales. As I already said, it works only in specific situations. If the chord progression could be either one or the other. In really specific minor progressions, those ones are quite specific, the major doesn't fit. But you will find out just by hearing that there's something odd going on. I wrote down 3 types of licks which I just showed. Plus this backing track is going to be available for download in the HPCrazy Guitar Community. Please join there. Please become a premium member in order to support the work which me and Dr. Pink are doing for the guitar community, and also to become a student of the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Yeah, and come back for more tutorials. It's going to be here on this channel. See you guys.